Welcome all to the new video about Unified Pension Scheme and NPS. Because now recently we have heard about the Unified Pension Scheme is coming back from April 1st. So let us see what is the old pension scheme and whether it is similar to the old pension scheme. Because in old pension scheme 50% of basic salary was given as pension. This was the classic pension which was the main attraction of government employees. So bringing back the old pension scheme is not exactly done by the government. Instead of that, they have already created unified pension scheme against national pension scheme. The main difference at a glance is national pension scheme, the government contribution was 14% and in unified pension scheme it is 18.5%. Unified pension scheme is better because when you consider a person with 25-year experience or 25-year service in government sector, he will get exactly 50% of his basic salary as pension. Let us see the calculation later in this video. So before that we will see some terms. So this 18.5% from government, the 8.5% is considered towards the government pension, which is pool corpus, and the 20% which is 10% of employee share plus 10% of the government, which is the remaining thing, is personal corpus. So total it is 28% because 10% of the employee share plus 18.5% of the government share in UPS. So this is the advantage of UPS because the government is increased their share and that will be used for the employee for their assured pension. And in addition to this, we have gratuity and lump sum amount as well. You can see the calculation of lump sum amount, which is the 10% of basic salary into 6-month blocks, because your service will be divided into 6-month blocks, and based on that number of blocks you will get multiplication of 10% of your basic salary. So it can be simply calculated as number of years of service into 2, that is the 6-month blocks. For example, if a person is with 70,000 basic salary and 25-year services, then the lump sum amount will be 7,000, that is a 10% of the basic multiplied by 6-month blocks, that will be 25 into 2, that means he will have 50 blocks of service. So 70,000, the 10% is 7,000 into 50, that means 3,50,000 he will receive as lump sum. This is the formula for calculating your pension in UPS system. So this is P by 2 multiplied by Q by 300 multiplied by IC divided by BC. Now let us see what all these terms stand for. P is the average salary of 12 months just before tax, and if you are retiring in 2026, so the first year, I mean the 12 months of 2026 salary average will be the P. Q is the service period in months. This will be calculated in months. For example, if you are a 25-year serviceman, your Q will be 25 into 12, that will be 300. IC is the corpus amount, the personal corpus which we have seen, that is 10% of government plus 10% of the personal. BC is the benchmark corpus. See, sum of the employees, or sometimes because of technical issue, if the payment towards the contribution scheme is interrupted, that time there will be a problem with the UPS calculation. That's why the benchmark corpus is set, because if the government and the person investing on without fail, for a normal employee with uninterrupted service and the amount is always being paid in all regular intervals, means the benchmark corpus will be the actual corpus, the value of the amount. So for example, if a 25-year-old service person, he is having his basic salary of 45,000 and he didn't make any interruption in payment, that means this IC bar BC will be similar, that means it will be 1. So this will be cancelled each other and it will be 1. And 25-year-old service means it will be 300. So 300, this other 300 is the fixed value. So that is in the formula. So this is basically for the 25-year-old person. So this is also 1, this is also 1. So the basic salary divided by 2. So he will exactly get the half the amount of his basic salary. See the formula here, P by 2 into Q by 300. 300 is the fixed value, IC bar BC. If IC and BC will be same if you are not making any interruption in the payment. So in this case, the basic salary is 45,000 and he will get the pension 22,500. That is similar to the half of the basic salary, which is exactly same amount as old pension scheme. So this is the advantage of UPS, and it is almost similar to the old pension scheme by the government. The government will support the employees to get the similar pension. So the employee with 25 or 300 months of service will get exactly the 50% of the basic salary as pension. So obviously if his service is less than 25 years, he will not get exactly the 50%, because the 300 divided by 300 will be equal to 1, then it is 300 months of service only. If it is 200, then the fraction will be less. In addition to that, the other thing is minimum of 10 years of service person will get enrolled in this plan. For example, if you have 9 years of service, you will not be eligible for the UPS pension. But the advantage is if you have minimum of 10 years of service, you will get a minimum pension amount of 10% per month as a pension in UPS. The Dearness allowance, you can see in addition to this, you will get a Dearness allowance also along with this pension. So you can easily say that the UPS plan is much ahead of NPS plan, and it is almost similar to the old pension scheme, and NPS will be beneficial only if the market have that high fluctuation. In normal case scenario, the UPS will give you the minimum amount of pension which is assured from the government, and that is the great initiative by the government to bring back the unified pension scheme. Thank you for watching this video, and please add your valuable feedback about this